chaos, chaos.
And here I have John from Warbringer. I'm very delighted to meet you. Thank you very much for meeting with us. So,
it is quite delightful. Hello, everyone.
Have you played in Sacramento before?
Yeah, we've played this venue once before in 2008 with Overkill, and I think that was the only time.
Okay, so I know that one of the things that you guys did to start out is you did a lot of footwork, a lot of passing out CDs, doing local shows, house shows.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's the best way for bands to do things? Because I don't really know any other way.
Just like you said, I think that is the only way. So it's simultaneously the best and the worst, but it is the only possibility. So yeah, you just gotta play shows, and until like you have shows and your band's tight enough that it kicks some ass live, you know, no one's gonna care really, because there's a lot of bands until you go out there and make yourself known. You have to at least make yourself known on like some small level before like anybody cares, you know.
Capital chaos, fucking yeah!
So you're signed to Century Media Records. What kind of doors does that open for you guys?
Oh, all kinds of doors. I mean, I think if you're looking at our band as like a career, then step one is trying to get to the point where we can get a record deal, and then steps 2 through 11 are once you have it. And so we've just been for the last like, fuck, it feels like forever, 4 or 5 years. We've been out making records, doing tours. We're on probably like our 14th or 15th tour, maybe more, and our 3rd record. So yeah.
So what do you do on your free time?
Play Starcraft.
Very nice.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. To be honest, I smoke weed and play Starcraft. Yeah.
Hey, this is California.
But, hey, well, you know, I mean, I'm home for like a week or 2 at a time. So like, if I was home for like 3 months at a time, I'd be. And this is what I have done is I get some work and make a little money. But yeah, if I'm home for like a week at a time and the shows on the weekends, like what the hell else am I gonna do? I'm gonna play games and drink some beers and hang out with my friends and grill as much as possible.
Oh, I love barbecuing. So are you guys all out of LA or that general area?
All general area. I'm in Chatsworth in the Valley. The Laux brothers are in Newbury Park. I used to be in Moorpark. Carlos is in the Valley too. Adam's in Ventura. We used to say we were from Ventura because that's where we'd always practice, but that kind of ended when Ryan Bates left the band. So we just say we're from Los Angeles because that keeps it easy.
It's pretty broad. Yeah.
Los Angeles is like a 80-mile radius, so it's we're from that. Yeah.
We're from that general area. So tell me, what does Warbringer mean? How did you come up with the name?
Well, this is not a good story. We were brainstorming for a name in the garage, and we came up with that after like 2 hours of failure, and we're like, okay, we're going with that because we are sick of trying to come up with a fucking name. And it's got a nice little ring to it, so we kept it, and yeah, that's our name.
Okay, so you've toured with a lot of big bands, big names. Is there anyone that you would love to tour with that you haven't yet?
Yeah, I'd like to tour with like Priest. That would be top of the world for me.
Nice.
Judas Priest, one of my favorite bands. So.
Yeah. Well, you played with one of my favorite bands, Landmine Marathon. The lead singer is absolutely amazing and intimidating. What was it like being on tour with her? 'Cause she's just so talented, but so small and sweet.
Oh, she's cool as hell. She's actually into like science fiction and all this stuff. She gave me her copy of Ender's Game, and I read that. And because I hadn't read it since I was like very young, and we discussed it a bunch. And yeah, she was really cool. Yeah.
So what do you guys have planned for this year?
Lots of tours. Next one is in the USA with Ice Earth and Symphony X, and then there's more yet to be announced. So we're pretty much touring all year long.
Very nice, very nice. And what was it like recording with, was it Zach Golden?
That was for the 2nd record. For the 3rd record, the one we just did, we recorded with Steve Evans, and it was great.
Very nice, very nice. So who writes your guys' material?
The band.
All together, collectively? It's not just one
the
person.
band together. We do it, doing it nature's way.
And so what's your message? What do you want the people to know about your music?
About our music, we play fast, aggressive thrash metal designed to kick as much ass and terminate as much as possible. And, you know, that's what we do.
So who are some of your favorite bands? Like, what's in your CD player?
I'm actually, I listen to a lot of thrash, but my all-time favorite stuff is like heavy power speed metal. So like Priest, Saxon, Virgin Steel, Manila Road, and Viking Era Bathory are some of my favorite bands.
Very nice. So while you've been on tour, have you had any bad experiences with other bands or venues? Any horror stories?
Yeah, I got some ghost stories.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Care to share any?
Well, there's a lot that I don't want to get into, where it's just like promoter not paying the bands and I gotta act like I'm the fucking mafia. We had to follow a guy to his, okay, I got one. We had to follow a guy to his house once because like basically we had a show that was gonna be at a strip club and it fell through, and they decided that the strip club realized after doing a couple like black metal shows, chicks cannot shake their asses to blast beats. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So they canceled all the other metal shows they had booked, which included us. This other promoter at this other place, which was 21 and up, not good, not good for wants to take the show there. Our manager goes like, okay, this other show is still announced and it's pretty close to the show. Do you really want to do this? I wouldn't recommend it. That's what our manager tells him. And he's like, yeah, we'll do it. So we show up. Sure enough, like the other show, which is on a different day, is still advertised better than the one that we're actually playing. And the guy, sure enough, like the show's a failure. We go on at like 12:30 because his the show's not well organized, and the guy doesn't have the money, and he's literally like saying, and I'm talking to him, we're negotiating, the guy's like writes something on a piece of paper, and I had been like, some of our friends are here, I'd been like blazing and drinking and having a good time, and all of a sudden I have to switch off the good time switch, because when I see him like basically write me an IOU, and I'm like, wait, is that a fucking IOU? Are you fucking kidding me?
Buzzkill.
Yeah, and the guy's girlfriend was like, oh, don't worry, I'm a stripper, honey, I can make that in a night. I'm like, you better get working, God damn it. So we've had to do shit like that when people try to screw you over, because we have been screwed over. We've taken our share of it. For the most part, we have a pretty good team, pretty good organization, and things usually work pretty well. But we've, dude, that's like the first thing that came to mind. I have probably like 50 times.
Wow.
That stories, yeah. That just like sleazy promoter, and then there's like that's one department of horror story, and then there's just weird shit.
I totally understand.
Strange people at shows doing strange things in strange places,
Oh yeah, we'll see how weird it gets tonight. It's still early.
I don't think it'll get that weird. So, I mean, we're just in Sacramento. It's not like that. It's not that bizarre, is it?
No. Well, it depends.
There was another random weird one. We were playing Slims once. I forget what tour exactly. I think it was Nevermore tour, and we pulled up, and there was something called the New Folsom Street Fair going on right outside of Slim's, which basically meant like cocks out, fist fucking in the streets, blowjobs on a stage. It's your birthday, and this was going on like all day right before the show. There was even a guy who had a fishing pole with $1 tied to it, and like you'd see $1 and not really the fishing line, and he was wearing like a trench coat. It was like, who the fuck does this, really? And he's fishing, he's throwing the fishing pole out. There's a $1 bill in the middle of the street. One of the guys from the tour goes like, oh, $1. And the guy like reels it back, of course. Guy runs after for a second, then looks up and just like, dick in your face, What the hell? Who does that? Really?
That's pretty ingenious. I've never heard of that, and I've seen some weird stuff.
It was pretty weird, but I guess,
That's awesome.
So that was another like crazy thing where I saw some things that should not be.
I will never be the same again. So one of your albums, I believe I heard that you guys wrote it in 3 months and recorded it in 12 days?
Wrote it in 2 months and recorded it in 12 days, yes.
That is insane. So was it because of the pressure? Were you guys just on a roll, or were you just ready to do it?
Schedule.
Really?
Gotta keep the schedule.
Okay.
Can't miss shows.
Nope, that's true, but 12 days, that's a lot. And that was how many songs?
10 and 2 bonus tracks.
Wow. Okay. So,
might have been 1 bonus track, but yeah.
All right. So, if you want to say anything to the fans, anyone listening, here's your opportunity to speak to the world.
Oh, hey, world. Oh, hi.
We like long walks on the beach.
I do. But, you know, thank you guys for all your support. Keep listening to metal. Keep going to shows. Keep banging your head. And don't puss out and be like, oh, I'm over metal. Don't do that. You're a bitch if you do that. That's all I have to say.
I agree. I want to thank you so much, John, for meeting with me.
That guy, your friend who like was totally into metal, he's like, oh, I'm into more sophisticated music now, and he puts on something totally gay. Fuck that.
We call those posers.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, that's like the person that walks into a tattoo shop and picks something off the wall that has absolutely no meaning to
I
it.
always try to tell myself to remain as excited about heavy metal as I was when I like first heard it.
So, have you always been into heavy metal? Has this been a lifelong thing?
Not my whole life. No, my family has no background in it. I just something I kind of got into when I was in my teenage years, and you know, I just changed my life. I was immediately like, okay, I have to be a singer in a metal band. I had no aptitude, no skill whatsoever, and I had to find a band, you know, work with the guys on putting it together, making it good, and making myself try to, you know, something that I could call good, and yeah.
Nice.
So it's been the last like 8 years of my life probably. It's just been playing metal. That's what I do. So I'm proud of that, and I just try to remind myself always, even at show number like 700 something, to stay fucking excited about it, and don't get bored, don't get over it, don't be like, oh, you know, don't get like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it fucking rules.
Yes. Well, we're really glad that you're sharing your talent with the world. I mean, it would be a crappy place if you weren't. So.
Well, no, there's other guys who are good too. There's a lot of good bands. There's a lot of great bands. So hopefully, we just try to make the best music we can, and we try to keep soldiering onward for the cause, I guess, you know?
Yes. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing you perform live, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time to meet with Capital Chaos.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Signing off.
Signing off. Later, dudes.
Hello, human scum! This is Odorous Urungus commanding you to continue watching Capital Chaos. They support Guar and anal rape and all kinds of wonderful things.